House hunting doesn't have to mean jumping from house to house, hoping to find your perfect home. Many Hoosiers are building them from the ground up. Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Indiana Trusted Advisor Erin Hundley joins us to tell us more about the building process. Erin, thank you so much for joining us today. And the question we want to start with is, what question should you ask yourself when you're trying to figure out whether or not you're going to build a home or buy a pre-existing one?
Great question. I think there's a few things that come top of mind when you're thinking about building a new home versus buying a pre-existing. The first would be, of course, timing. Do you have time to build a home? It doesn't happen overnight, so it takes about 6 months, generally speaking. Another thing to think about would be what type of community and what's important in a community for you. Obviously, a new construction neighborhood is going to be under construction for a while, so if it has planned amenities, those might not be complete yet. It's not going to have as much of a mature feel as an existing community. And then lastly, just what are your expectations in regards to the finishes in the home and the design of the home. A new home is going to have all the cool stuff that we're excited about seeing and all the upgrades, whereas an existing might be 10 years old, and you might have to think about doing some of those updates yourself.
And I'm sure something that a lot of people think about when they're trying to answer that question: how does the price points differ from a new home to a pre-existing one?
Generally speaking, new homes are at a premium.
Okay.
They should be. They're brand new. The cost of land these days has continued to increase, so that's driving prices up. But you have to think about it. A new home has everything in it that you've selected. Nothing's been used. Everything's brand new, and everything comes with a warranty. So that comes at a premium. So you would expect that new construction would generally be a little bit more.
So very similar to buying a new or a used car. Some of the same discussion topics you have there. And can a first-time home buyer build their own home?
Absolutely. There are no restrictions on a first-time home buyer. It'd follow the same loan guidelines. So new construction is a great option for a first-time home buyer because they may not be as experienced or knowledgeable about the home owning process, and everything's going to come with a warranty, so there might be some less worry up front for them.
And if you are looking to build a home, what does that construction process look like?
It's going to vary, of course, from builder to builder. As I mentioned, it's generally speaking about a 6-month process, but you're going to make a lot of decisions along the way. So it's going to start with, where do you want to live? What do you want your home plan to look like? What price point do you want to be in? Some of those financing discussions. And then from there, you're picking everything out that goes into the home. So all of the fun stuff, all the finishes and the colors on the outside and the inside of the home have to be made. All of that's done prior to the home actually starting construction. And then from there, you watch your home being built, you meet with your superintendents, you have an orientation to the home, and then you learn about the warranty process before you move in. So lots of exciting things along the way.
Lots of decisions, but I bet it's exciting to watch that progress.
Definitely.
How does working with someone like yourself during this process kind of make it a little bit easier?
It definitely makes it easier to use a trusted advisor along the way because it's not our first time building a home. It's an emotional process buying a home, whether it's existing or it's a new home. So having someone that's looking through the process a little bit more objectively, helping you make wise decisions with your money for the long term. So not just thinking about what pretty things you want in the home, but what things are going to add value long term is really important. And then just having someone that can help guide and navigate you through the process. As I mentioned, there's a lot that goes on during that 6 months.
It's a big decision.
So it's good to have someone with another set of eyes that knows what they're talking about, help you through.
And just earlier you were talking about how if you do decide to build a house, you have to make every single decision, talking about the doors, the cabinetry, everything. How can you buy new but maybe not have to make all of those decisions? Is that even possible?
It is. There's a lot of builders in the area that build an inventory or spec home. You'll hear them referenced as market or showcase homes. And those are homes that they've designed brand new for people based on the options that people are generally selecting, but for people that don't necessarily have the time to build. So a lot of times you can move into a brand new home without making all of those decisions and without having to wait the 6 months.
Great advice. And where can our viewers at home go for additional information about all of these topics?
You can visit our website at www.bhhsinrealty.com.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, Erin.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.